Hey, what's up everyone? In this video, I'm going to share some tips on how I just recently passed another 50K Apex. I also got 250K Apex in the work. I'm getting pretty close to passing those. I probably could have passed it on Friday, which was yesterday. I'm going to go ahead and do some back testing and go over the trades that I took. And I can show you here in the Discord. I took a little screenshot, showcase the trades that I where I passed right here. You see Apex 3 challenges going. One of them's 50K, so 3K target, got over that. The rest, I made like 150 bucks times, I don't know, it was like 30 bucks times 9 or 10, so I made like 1,000 bucks total. Those are my micro only income generator 50K accounts where I just do 1, 2, maybe 3 micros a day. Never really risk blowing them up, and then I usually generate with the high win rate accuracy 100 bucks, 200 bucks a day. How I make usually 1,000 or more a day. That's for another video, but let's go ahead and get back to the back testing. I'm gonna go over the trades that I took on how I passed the 50K and why I think that this is the type of trading day that maybe you should be looking out for if you want to pass the challenge. I got past the profit target all in one day. Alright, so let's go ahead and put it. It is Friday at 8:35 a.m. I normally do not like to trade the first 10-20 minutes of the day. I did that pretty often on the stream. I would just wait, and I'd tell everybody I'm just going to wait and let the dust settle, because it's usually just big tug of war. Al Brooks calls it 50% of the time it's just going to reverse, and only like 10 or 20%, I can't remember, that the trend from the open will go into a trend on the for the whole day. But here it was not clear that it was a trend yet. You can see it's just tug of war like Al Brooks talks about, and I talk about this a lot on my Discord as well. I'm like, just avoid the first 10 minutes, guys. It's just not worth it. Yeah, you can make your day in the first 10 minutes, but you can also lose it, and then you're just bummed, or revenge trading, trying to scalp your way out the hole. So as you can see right here, this is where I added on. I did it in increments of 5. It's going 400% right now, but added on. I see that it's clear coming up. These bears failed. I think I had 15-20 micros going by this time, and then as you can see here, it's going to clearly break the neckline here, and that's when I really start to realize that we're pretty strong trend environment. Plus it's also Friday, end of the month, end of the quarter, and a lot of the times it does not matter what the trend is at the time. When you get end of the month, end of the quarter Fridays, you get a trend one way or the other. And the past week or two, we've just been having non-stop bulls killing it, crushing the bears every day. Yeah, some bears make money. You can make money here and there, and you can celebrate about your nice scalps here and there, but the big movements are with the bulls. And I think I added here, this is definitely the trade that I took to pass my challenge. I think I had 20 going at this point, and I just jumped out with the exit button to get like 1,500 bucks. I think it was my first trade. I held. You got to be able to hold, and I was expecting a little bit of a pump up. We have a long ways to go to the next resistance, and if it shoots way past this, you can get a nice big movement. I don't think I held really any drawdown on any of my trades for this evaluation. Here we go, getting up there. I think I had 25. Well, I got $4,000 equity. That's what I practice with when I'm doing back testing. I no need to practice with 100K and just martingale your way back to getting green. That's just a waste of time. All right, it hasn't clearly broken past the neckline yet, but it is very strong. I mean, if you're shorting right here and you see this, what are you thinking? You're thinking, I probably got to get out. I got to get out of danger here because it's looking pretty rippy.
Good equals get out
My
of
first
danger.
trade, I'm pretty sure I made like, it was like 1,300 bucks. 1,500 bucks, something like that. As you can see, bears totally rejected here on the gap fill to the downside. That's what I call a gap trap. Alrighty, did not. I think I probably took my profit on that little pump up. Apex, intraday trailing drawdown. I like to exit out on the breakout. I can't remember if I held exactly through that one or I waited for the second pump. That's what I call eat the tail, where it just eats the tail and shoots up. But I remember I closed it out as it was breaking out right at the top. Boom, let's take it off there. Okay, we got 1,500 bucks pretty much. If I had 25, it'd be even more. It'd probably be closer to 2,000. And then I waited. I came in my Discord. I sat. I chatted for a long time, just hanging out. All right. As you can see, the time here, 11 o'clock. My Discord, by the way, is not me selling signals or any of that shit. It's just a hangout spot. I do kind of give some analysis on the day, what I think is going on. Yada, yada, yada. But, yeah, I'm not selling any signals or anything. It's just a hangout. We got a $5 entry to filter out the trolls, the you know, people who don't really want to contribute. You can go to any free Discord trading room and they have 1,000 members and only 20 of them are active, and all day long all you see is say hi to this person, say hi to that person. It's just everybody's just waving, and it's just, you know, the little robot guy, and everybody just hits the wave to say hi, and that's all, you know, that's you see everywhere. And it's just, so that's why I wanted to create my own little hangout spot, and it's been a lot of fun. We've been hanging out, chatting, and as you can see, you know, sometimes people ask me what do I think on the day. Like one asks here, can you send pictures? I did not take pictures, but I'd just been going long all morning, going long all day. Is money today. Last day of the month. Fridays are usually trendy too. Not always, but usually Fridays be a little bit more trendy than Thursdays. You know, we got a lot of smart traders in our chat too. The summer of 1906. Okay, I want to kind of go over some stuff that I thought was very valuable, or maybe you find it valuable. I'm going to go over some stuff here in the reminiscence of a stock operator.
Of that episode that I firmly believe completed my education as a trader. It was not that.
All right, I'm going to share some stuff in the book that I think is really invaluable. So,
that I firmly believe completed my education as a trader. It was not that all I needed to learn was not to take tips, but follow my own inclination. Experience was my lap.
So, with what he just said right there, I kind of want, you know, anybody that follows me or comes into my Discord or whatever, yeah, I might give out some little tidbits of info here, but I ultimately want people to build their own confidence and take the trades on for themselves, because that's what's ultimately going to make you a great trader, is knowing that you have confidence in what you're seeing in the markets and how you take your trades, and you take your own responsibility for your own trades. I think it's good to kind of look over and ask questions from experienced traders, and I've done that over the years, and it has helped me out a lot to ask questions. But kind of like when I'm streaming, which I'm kind of taking a break from streaming because I make more money when I don't stream. I can focus more. But what I'm trying to get at is when I'm streaming, a lot of times I'm in a winning trade or a losing trade. I get lots of opinions start flowing in my live chat, whether it's a good trade or a bad trade, and I've had to make myself not look at the live chat at all during my stream, because whether it's a winning trade or a losing trade, it does. What am I trying to get at here? So, all right, let's see where we are here. Okay, so I waited. Whenever I see market just doing what I call, or what Al Brooks calls, and this is how I see it too, is a small pullback bull trend where you could even buy the close and make money. You buy the close here, you buy the close here. You're just marketing in. Anywhere in this type of environment, when it just keeps ripping and ripping and bears just keep getting squeezed and squeezed, you can pretty much buy anywhere as long as you're holding. As long as you're not taking on too much size and you can hold through some stuff with. I honestly don't think I took any losses this day. I was just, as you can see here. So you can see here, all I wait for trend days. I used to struggle with them too. Now if I see a trend, now if I see an uptrend, my short button doesn't exist unless I see clear reversal and vice versa. So that's just how I see this stuff. Basically, in a nutshell, if it's ascending, I'm buying, especially if it's super strong like this. I think I took another scalp here to get closer to my profit target. Yeah, actually, I remember I did. I did not do it because I've been watching the video and trying to go over some golden nuggets there for you guys that I find very helpful.
I never hesitate to tell a man that I am bullish or bearish. But I do not tell people to buy or sell any particular stock.
Never hesitate to tell anyone whether I'm bullish or bearish. But I don't want to tell anybody particularly to buy or sell. That's how I feel.
Bearish. I never hesitate to tell a man that I am bullish or bearish. But I do not tell people to buy or sell any particular stock. In a bear market, all stocks go down. And in a bull market, they go up. I don't mean, of course, that in a bear market caused by a war, ammunition shares do not go up. I speak in general sense. But the average man doesn't wish to be told that it's a bull or bear market. What he desires is to be told specifically which particular stock to buy or sell. He wants to get something for nothing. He does not wish to work.
He doesn't even want to bother to pick up his own money.
It is too much bother to have to count the money that he picks up from the ground. Well, I wasn't that lazy, but I found it easier to think of individual stocks.
You don't want to be that person who just wants to go around looking for signals.
Fluctuations rather than of general movements. I had to change, and I did. People don't seem to grasp easily the fundamentals of stock trading. I've often said that to buy on a rising market is the most comfortable way of buying stocks.
Exactly.
Now the point is not so much to buy as cheap as possible.
Buying on a rising market. Buying on a rising. Like, this is where I passed, I believe, or came close to passing.
And I sell a stock, each sale must be at a lower level than the previous sale. When I'm buying, the reverse is true.
You buy?
I must buy on a rising scale.
Rising scale.
Buy a long stock on a scale down.
That's why I don't like to buy when it's descending.
Let us suppose, for example,
And buy when it's ascending.
I'll buy 2,000 shares at now. If the stock goes up to ill after I buy it, I am, at least temporarily, right in my operation. Because it's a point higher. It shows me a profit. Well, because I am right, I go in and buy another 2,000 shares.
So,
if the market is still rising, I buy a third lot of 2,000 shares. Say the price goes to 114. I think it is enough for the time being. I now have a trading basis to work from. I am long 6,000 shares, and the stock is selling at 114. I won't buy any more just then. I wait and see. I figure that at some stage of the rise, there's going to be a reaction. I want to see how the market takes care of itself after that reaction.
Watching the behaviors.
It will probably react to where I got my third lot. Say that after going higher, it falls back and then rallies. Well, just as it goes back to 113, I shoot in order to buy 4,000 at the market, of course. Well,
buy at the market, of course, right? You don't want to miss your entry on a freaking bull trend.
Well, if I get that 4,000 at 113, I know something is wrong, and I'll give a testing order. That is, I'll sell 1,000 shares to see how the market takes it. But suppose that of the order to buy the 4,000 shares that I put in when the price was 113, I get...
So basically, what he's saying is he buys on the pullback. Okay, he'll buy here, and he's not just going crazy, all big size at once. And if he, he has the if he believes it's going to keep going, instead of getting shook out and all that stuff, he'll wait for the reaction instead of taking his profits like most people do. Trader Tom talks about this, how everybody wants to take profits. And Trader Tom will talk about how he likes to add and make his position bigger. Well, that's what this guy is talking about too, basically. He will speculate instead of gambling. He basically says here, I'm going to show it in a little bit. Other people gamble. A lot of people gamble, and this is where they get it wrong. Is they'll go huge in or whatever, and he likes to add to his winners. Okay.
2,000 at 114 and 500 at 114, and the rest on the way up, so that for the last 500 I pay 115. Then I know I'm right. It's the way that I get the 4,000 shares that tells me whether I am right in buying that particular stock at that particular time, for, of course, I am working on the assumption that I have checked up general conditions pretty well, and they are bullish. I never want to buy stocks too cheap or too easily. I remember a story I heard about Deacon S.V. White when he was one of the big operators of the street.
So that's why I am a trend trader. I'm always trying to... If I see this, my short button doesn't exist. Okay, especially under the conditions, which was Friday. And like I said in the Discord, Fridays tend to be, trendy. And I think I put in here somewhere my short button doesn't exist. Or, yeah, I'll say it right here. Anyways. So, yeah, I just wanted to share some nuggets here, some gold nuggets from the stuff that has kind of shaped me into the trader that I'm trying to be. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying I don't add sometimes on a losing trade. That's why I trade micros, because sometimes I'll do that. If I still believe, that we're in a trending environment and my overall conditions are okay, maybe I'll add just a little bit, 1, 2 micros, maybe one more micro, and then I'll wait to see what happens or whatever. Say here, maybe I was a little over eager. I try to get in. I'll add a micro here, maybe add a micro here. But ultimately, my goal is to be a trend trader to where I can buy enough size, not get shook out, buy on the pullback, and have enough courage and to be bold and hold and to try to capture the bigger move like the big players do.
Conditions pretty well, and they are bullish. I never want to buy stocks too cheap or too easily. I remember a story I heard about
is that when you when it's falling and falling and falling and falling and it just looks like another big crash, right? And this is where I also struggled, and I know lots of people, and I see it all the time. They'll come in the live chat or wherever I see them in what Discord or chat room, and traders, they're always trying to do the opposite of what big money's doing. They got that grocery shopping mentality where they want to buy at the cheapest price, and maybe I could catch the very bottom and watch it rise all the way back up. The trades that are the most dangerous really look the most sexiest, right? They look the most appealing on the freaking chart because it just looks logical. Like, when you look at it, you're thinking, oh my gosh, the market's so high. It's got to eventually come down, and sometimes it does. Or you want to be that person to catch this and then ride that up. This was a gap trap, and I actually got trapped in here thinking that my bias was changed. I mess up. This was Thursday, but I could show you in the Discord that I got all my money back. I disappeared for like 2 or 3 hours. I was shorting right here, and I was up quite a bit of money, actually. I was up a few $100 times 10 or whatever it was, and I lost it all because it started to rise and I had to take my loss. And then my bias changed again. I was like, oh, nope, this is failed bears. We're going back up, baby. So I just started buying, and then I waited for the pullback, and I bought, and I got all my money back and finished the day near the end of the day. You can see here's 235. Got my money back. Cha-ching. Okay, so yeah, I just wanted to share that. Is there anything more from the book here that I wanted to share?
When he was one of the big operators, he did some wonderful things as purveyors of fireworks in the mall. I gathered from talks with the old timers.
moving on. All right. So that's pretty much it. Let's go back in time to where we left off. I think it was around. Let's go to the time where I posted. All right, it was yeah, this is fine. Going to 11 o'clock. I think I posted on the Discord at Alright guys, I passed another one. 1104. Alright, we're going to 1104. Boom, 1105. Let's see what the market looked like then. I think I was just done. I took my last trade. Woohoo, I passed. It's ripping, as you can see. Rip, rip, rip. I bought near here and just rip, rip, rip. I probably could have, I think I even closed it out. I don't know, before then. Probably could have got more money. But I didn't do it with freaking 50 or, you know, 5 or 6, 7 minis. I only needed $1,000, I think, around at this time. So I put on 15 micros, I believe. And I captured, I can't remember exactly, it's 20 points, 15 micros, or so 10 points on 10 micros or 1 mini is $200. So if I caught 20 points with 10 or 1 mini, that'd be $400. But I did it with 15, caught the pump up. So I got very close. I think I had a little bit more than 2,000. I needed like $1,000 around this time. It was not that much. So yeah, get closer to the freaking profit target. You want to go down in size. You know, if you only have $500 left to hit your profit target, you don't want to be getting all overexcited and going balls to the wall to quickly get it past. Because, I mean, I'm still 1 day in the challenge. You know, usually I pass 1, 2, 3 days, especially if I find trend days like this. Then I can just take it easy for whatever the remainder of days are. But there's no need to rush so much that it's going to cause you to blow up if you have one little mistake. Because if you accidentally, even mental error, hit the short button anywhere on this day, you're messing up your whole day, you know. You're just going to give back profits. And I passed this challenge with no losses. No losses. I probably could have passed the rest of my 150K challenges as well. But, you know, it's Friday. And I always say this. It's Friday vibes. I just want to take it easy. I'll wait for another trend day to go a little bit big on those 150K challenges to pass those. I'm not worried about it. I know I'll find some more good days. We're creeping up above this area. We're above it now, as you can see here at 11 o'clock. But I know we closed well above this, around the 13,300. I think it got to like 310 by the end of the day, something like that. Okay, so that's pretty much back testing for this day. I really wanted to show this day because it was a winning kind of day. This is the kind of day you really just want to take a hold of and just grab it by the horns, and do not hit the sell button when you see it rising like this. Now, I know someone in the Discord mentioned the middle finger pattern, which we get those often, right? We've been getting them the past couple weeks, but it's been a while since we had a real middle finger happen. And the way I see the middle finger pattern playing out more often is not on such a rising scale, but it's more like we go sideways for a while, and then it's kind of go parabolic, and then it round top, and then it kind of parabolic back down. That way, I'm not even using the word right, but it just avalanche, you know, comes right back down. It grows and grows and grows, and before you know, you get the middle finger. And this really, I wouldn't even classify as the middle finger. Let's find a middle finger here. I could be going back for a while because we've had a lot of bull days. All right, here's a middle finger pattern, right? I would classify this as it's a fat, sore middle finger. Maybe got smashed in the door, right? Okay, so sideways, somewhat parabolic, not a lot of pullbacks. I like to see some pulling back. Pull back, bear squeeze. Pull back, bear squeeze. Pull back, bear squeeze. Not so much to the point that it's just... Alright, okay, go to current bar is what I'm doing. But that's why I did not think today would give the middle finger, because of the pullback. Pullback. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. End of the day. End of the month. Friday. End of the quarter. Conditions were all there to set to give a big bull rally. I think I finished the day like $5,000 or so. Honestly, I don't always just go back and count every little dollar I make every day. I definitely do that a little bit more when I lose. I'm like, I lost. Usually my losses really aren't that bad because I'm trading micros all the time. You don't see any minis on my charts. There's no minis here. It's all micros. I'm not doing 50 micros, 60, 100 micros, none of that shit. It's just 2 and 3, and if I see a big trend day, 5 at a time, and I put 5. I think I had at one point on my funded and even on my personal and some of my other accounts. I think the max I did was 12 yesterday, and I probably could have won a little bit bigger, but I'm happy with what I make. I know whenever you go max size and you're going balls to the wall, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter the conditions. You could just have one mistake and that max size could ruin your whole week. Max size equals potential max pain, and I'm always trying to avoid the max pain. My style of trading is solely designed to not blow up ever. Don't want to blow up. That's got to be my number one, because I've blown up before. I've blown up freaking challenges so many times trying to do big size, and even funded accounts. I've lost quite a few funded accounts, not like I used to, but there was a time when I would lose funded accounts and take losses that I was pretty much right on the analysis, but just the market would have an adverse, a deeper pullback, and then it would just climb right back up, and then because I had too much size, the pullback would take me out and then hit rip without me. I don't really have to worry about that anymore with the micros. I really don't. Occasionally that happens, and I will take a somewhat of a deep cut, but I will start to see that, hey, it's going back in my favor. I just get back in because I'm not playing with fire like big time. I'm not playing with like 3 and 4 minis or whatever. 3 to 5 micros per day is like my sweet spot. When I'm starting out a funded account, it's really two micros, 2 to 3. I'm just trying to plug away $100 a day, $100 a day.